The two things that every human wants more of is time and money. Now, I appreciate love makes the world go round and we all want love. If I said to most people, I'm going to give you more time and more money, they will take it. But we abuse one and chase the other. How many times are you late for stuff? How many times are you firefighting? How many times are you always playing catch up? You abuse time. Now, let's put money aside for one moment. Let's think about time. Time's a commodity that we cannot control. It's a constant. It's always moving. It's always over there. Tomorrow never comes. Tomorrow is always tomorrow. When tomorrow arrives, it's now. Yesterday's gone. You can't control that. And over the last 5-6 years, I made a commitment to myself that I'm never late for anything. And if you're listening to this and you've worked with me before, you'll know this. I make a commitment to all my clients at the start of our engagements. I will never be late. And I expect the same for others. And I'm never late for anything, irrespective of whether somebody is involved or not. So for example, if I go to the gym, I want to be there at a certain time, I'm there at a certain time. No one else is involved. There's a certain thought process behind it. So if I have to commit to never being late for anything, how do I need to organize my life accordingly? So let me ask you this. In the last week, how many things have you been late for? How many things have you been late for that means that somebody else have had to wait or compromise, or it's had a knock-on effect on the world? How many times has someone been late for you, and has that made you feel, even if for a few minutes, has that put you out? Has that mean you had to delay something later on? Does that mean that the consequence of them being late means that you couldn't get something done, which means you were late for something else? It's a knock-on effect. And what I found is actually committing to never being late means there's less stress. Because I just organize my life accordingly. I say no to more things. I don't try and fit too many things in a short space of time, because my value of never being late is never going to be compromised. So that means that if somebody wants me or wants a meeting with me, or I have to put something in, the first thing I look at is actually, is that going to mean that I may be late for something else, or I can't deliver on something else? If that's the question, it's easy for me to say no. And do you know what the consequence of that is? Productivity is through the roof. The respect I get from others is through the roof. People understand, they get where I'm from. Now, in the odd occasion I am late, what's the mindset, what's the thought process of someone else? What I find is that, wow, something has really happened. Something extraordinary must have occurred for me to be late. But this is my invitation to you, is don't be late for the next week on anything. Whether it's to do with going to a meeting, whether that's online or physical, whether it's your own stuff, you're committed to waking up a certain time, don't be late. You're committed to going to a certain place. Even if no one else is involved, don't be late. And what will occur is this: you will start to think of other things in your life you need to say no to or compromise. So not being late means you have to get organized. The knock-on effect is unreal. It's unbelievable. And you stop abusing time. And by not being late is you gain more time back. You get to do more things. That follows on from me talking about not being busy. So when we're busy, think about what busy looks like. Like today, I'm recording this video. I've recorded a couple of videos before this. I'll probably record another couple of videos after this. So has this day been busy? No, I'm just doing what I'm doing. There's a bit of prep, there's a bit of recording, and there's a bit of post-production. It's stuff. When you're on your day, what busy looks like is when you collapse all these activities together. And when you collapse things together, and if one thing doesn't work out, there's a ripple effect, and you don't become productive. So stop being busy, never being late, and start to value your time. And the second thing we want more of is money. Most of us chase it. Now, you might be listening to this where you're running your own business. You've got a career, you've got a job. So that's the way. You might be someone who's got multiple sources of income, which is great. But invariably, when we chase the money, it doesn't come to us. So if you're in a career, you've got a fixed income, then great. As long as you turn up and do your job and to the best of your ability and your bosses are happy with you, you're going to get paid on the 28th of the month. If you're someone who's running your own business, that means there's so many moving factors involved in terms of you earning the kind of money you want to earn. And often there's lots of effort, a little bit of reward through money. Effort, a little bit of reward later. And then all of a sudden there's a point where little effort, money, little effort, money, because you put the foundations in place. But the common denominator in all those things is trust in the process, doing what you need to be doing and let the money look after itself. So whatever context you're doing, ask yourself the question this: are you doing the thing that generates income from you to the best of your ability, based on your values, based on what you want to do? And that has a direct relationship to the previous things I was talking about time. Respect time, never be late, and just start to see how financially your world starts to change. It might not be immediate. And if you've watched my other videos, you'll hear me say, you can control the what, you can control the why, but you can't always control how or when. And I can't guarantee you that. So stop chasing money, stop abusing time, and promise you, see how your life changes. And I'd love to hear from you. Drop me a line on any of the social media platforms. Commit to this. For 1 week, never ever be late for anything, and see what turns up and see how your life changes.